Are you doing it?
Yeah, live from wherever Damian Rawless is right now. It is a Rawless-less Monday edition of Business Pants. Joined as always by Matt Moscardi in the ghost of a bearded man wearing a Patriots hat. In today's bamboo-lined bag called April 11th, 2022, Matt solves the case of missing men. Emma
That's
gets
right.
too high on Amazon supply. Yes, she is. Matt gets an update from the ground of the war for the metaverse, and Emma tells us what Elon Musk won't do.
Yay! Well, where is Damien? Damien is in absentia.
Damien disappeared. He just said, I'm not going to be here. See you, suckers. And we were left to our own devices.
Yeah,
That's it.
literally. He was like, I want to lurk. All right, take us away. Get high on your
right.
own supply.
All right, this is me getting high on my own supply. Here's your headline. Amazon says that New York union organizers gave workers weed to help secure unionization votes.
Ooh.
So, when Amazon corporate makes a statement, what is that statement, Matt? Can you tell me?
It's usually long and full of uplifting words like working with our partners. I don't know.
That's right. It's a lie. They usually are lying.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you.
That was good. Twisted.
However, this is one of few instances in which Amazon is totally correct. Union organizers 100% gave workers weed to help secure unionization votes. As they should. As
Ooh,
they
coming out
should.
strong.
There's no reason for them to feel ashamed of this. Recreational marijuana has been legalized since 2021, and to quote a lawyer representing the Amazon labor union, handing out weed is no different than distributing free t-shirts. And while it is true that free t-shirts, don't make you eat 18 Doritos Locos tacos in one sitting, free weed is just smart salesmanship. That Taco Bell joke was just for Matt and Damien's ghost. When Amazon filed their list of objections, the Amazon labor union basically said, fuck around and find out, and filed 21 objections of their own. So let's compare some of Amazon's complaints versus some of Amazon labor union's complaints, shall we? All right, here we go. Number one, here's an Amazon objection. Free weed shouldn't be allowed because drugs are bad. The Amazon labor union. Unlawful surveillance of workers. Okay. Amazon,
Okay, I see, yeah.
Amazon objection. Members of the media weren't well enough controlled.
No control.
Amazon labor union objection. Intimidating employees. Amazon objection. Being ordered to reinstate an employee who had been fired for organizing protests. Okay, cool. That is certainly illegal.
Not legal.
ALU objection. Retaliation against workers involved in labor organizing. So, to sum it all up, Amazon is complaining about how the vote wasn't rigged enough in their favor, and the ALU is complaining about being harassed and abused. Cool.
Also, side note here, from September, here's a headline. Amazon's answer to delivery driver shortage was stop testing them for weed. So now weed's a problem, and unless you want them to drive for you. All right, I am going to do a little bit of Hardy Boying right now. I don't know if you know the Hardy Boys, because they were a thing.
I know the old shit. It's Ari who doesn't know who Led
That's
Zeppelin
true.
is or
Ari
whatever.
is too young for everything. First up, Hardy Boys in the case of the missing man babies.
Oh.
That's right. Here's your headline out of Bloomberg. 5 million men are still missing from the U.S. workforce.
I didn't know that they were missing in the first place, to be honest.
Much less that they're still missing. The last jobs report suggests that men are staying out of the workplace at a higher rate than women post-pandemic, and for one of three reasons. First, fewer job opportunities for less educated, okay? Particularly if they were incarcerated, but less educated, okay? Second, health problems, including opioid addiction, but health problems, not great. Third, men may have, this is a quote from the article, quote, less interest in work due to marriage prospects. I'm not sure which way that goes. Reliance on disability insurance, as in we're getting disability, why get a job?
Okay.
And my personal favorite, the improved quality of video games.
Oh, men are
That
so
was a
simple.
reason why men are not going to work. But I did a little sleuthing, and the first thing I found was a little bit of actual trickery by Bloomberg. Missing? Really? Missing? We
Missing.
know where they are. We just went over it. And
Yeah.
are they really missing? Are they still missing? Here's where men are, if you're wondering where they are, because they're not all home like playing video games. 80% of U.S. companies' C-suites are men, according to McKinsey. 76% of the boardroom are men. The entire metaverse is basically just men.
Yeah.
Where are all the men? They're the ones with all the money building shit we don't need. That's what they're doing. You're looking
That
for the
is what
men?
they're
I
doing.
found them for you, okay?
Thank you for finding them.
Second, it didn't take a lot. Second, our sleuthing revealed something a little more troubling because notice nowhere on that list is doing housework or watching the kids or anything like that. So now, women not only have more jobs, they also are picking up after their uneducated, opioid-addicted husbands who play video games all day, all to make 80 cents on the dollar to their male counterparts. Ladies, I think it's just time you take over. We men have some video games to play. Go at it.
Clearly. Wow, that was depressing. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad I could depress you. That headline was not great, but I'm going to follow it up with something even more depressing because speaking
Oh,
of horrific realities that we live in,
cool.
here are your weekly sound bites from the Metaverse from Fast Company's story.
Oh, yeah. We haven't been to the
Here's how
Metaverse for a while.
we
I'm
can
excited.
build a sustainable Metaverse. All right. Emma, you and I have spent some time in Decentraland.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we've walked around some other metaversey places. And this story is about building a sustainable metaverse. So,
Oh, boy.
first off, one soundbite that stood out was the metaverse has been upgraded from what was being called a $675 billion opportunity by 2030 to a whopping $30 trillion opportunity. That's right. Someone thinks the metaverse is worth $30 trillion. Just for point of reference, $84 trillion was global GDP in 2021.
Oh,
Someone thinks that fully a third of GDP is going to be the metaverse. The article also points out that beta users of Zuckerberg's virtual reality platform have already been sexually harassed.
cool. Yep.
Someone made George Floyd NFTs with images of George Floyd as a slave in an emo costume, and my personal favorite, dressed as Donald Trump.
Oh, my God. People are horrible.
And the article actually calls for a United Nations for the metaverse to solve these problems, setting up standards for users, pointing to places like Agora and Grindr that have committed to these kind of like standards and how they're working. In another headline, the headline was Grindr features failing to protect users from sexual predators and harassment. This is the paragon to which we hold ourselves. So, news from the sustainable metaverse is you want to make the metaverse sustainable, stop putting white dudes who like improved video games in charge of companies with dual class shares and telling them to build something with equality embedded. There you go.
So-
there you go.
To connect your first and second bits here for a second, so the quality of video games has improved, and given my experience in Decentraland, I have been in various Decentralands throughout my entire childhood in the form of Club Penguin, Minecraft, like it's all
World of Warcraft.
World of War, like it's all, I don't get it. Harry Potter, Lego video game, it's like it's all the same.
It's
But
yeah.
But okay, if men think that the quality of video games is going up and the metaverse valuation has increased now to $30 trillion, this is all ringing.
It's all coming together. The men
what
have
I'm
all the
saying.
money. The video games are better. The metaverse is coming. It's all coming together. That's what I'm saying.
All right. And speaking of coming together, let's go to our
togetherness.
friend Elon, who's really, really great at bringing people together, if I'm not mistaken.
That's how I think of him. Yeah.
And he's very good at bringing people together, in particular on one social media app that he holds a special place for in his heart. our
And
friend
his
Twitter.
wallet.
And his wallet now. Elon has been tweeting a billion Twitter polls about Twitter, including but not limited to whether the W should be removed from Twitter's name, aka switching from Twitter to Titter. Thank you, Elon.
I mean, that's a little funny.
It's a little funny, but not that funny. Whether Twitter is dead because Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift don't use it very frequently. And finally, whether Twitter's headquarters should be converted into a homeless shelter. The question
Yes.
that everyone needs answered.
Yes.
I actually do agree with that one. That's
That
the
last
truth.
one's a good idea.
100%. Give our homeless people housing. In honor of Musk's Twitter polls, I'm going to conduct a Musk-themed Twitter poll of my own that will 100% be actually going on Twitter for you to vote on, because why
I love
not?
it.
I want to see what people think. All right, here we go. Matt, you can tell me your answer, please. I'm dying to know. Put on your
Yeah,
thinking
you're
cap.
not. That's such lies. So many lies
It is
on
a
the
lie.
show.
That's so true. All right, number 1. Should Kimble Musk add another L to his first name? A. Yes, there should obviously be 2 L's. Or B. No, Kimble means war leader from its Celtic origins, and Cowboy Hat Kimble is obviously a war leader. Matt?
Oh, see, I would have said yes, but not at the end of his first name.
Oh.
I would have actually moved the S in Musk to Kimble and put the L there, so it'd be Kimball's Mulk. That would have been a better name.
That will be an additional option on the real Twitter poll. Thank you.
I think we need Kimball's Mulk.
Number 2. What should Elon Musk rename his 2 children with Grimes? A. Twitter and Titter. B.
That's good.
Tax and Fraud. Or
Aw.
C. Joe and Rogan. I'm very curious.
I mean, remember, you have to run this by Grimes. So I
Oh,
think
true.
Twitter and Titter are the most likely to get passed. I don't think
Agreed.
Tax and Fraud are going to make it, although it does have an X in it, and they love X's.
Right? Exactly.
They do,
True.
so.
All right. Number 3. Should Elon Musk resign from every company he's currently involved with? A. Yes, he's a menace to society. B. Maybe we want to wait and see what he does next. C. No, he's never going to solve world hunger, even though he could, and we love that. Matt?
Those are my only options.
Those are your only options.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with C. He's not gonna solve it, and that's why we love him.
We do love that. And finally, number 4, should Elon Musk conduct a hostile takeover of Twitter? A. Yeah, when everything he tweets ends up being international breaking news, he might as well own that shit. Or B. Nope, and we will all chain ourselves to the next SpaceX rocket to launch to prevent that from happening. Matt, I know where you're going.
This is 100% A, and it's 100% A because he just announced today that he's not joining the board of Twitter, and therefore does not get stuck with that 15% cap on his shareholdings, and can be an activist who effectively, you can see the way this worked out, right? Like,
Yeah.
Twitter, he's been talking to Twitter for a long time. They've been mentioning you should join the board. He accrues the stake. He files it late. Then he has to amend it immediately after he's announced as a board member. The lawyers were talking about, like, oh, we got to set a cap on it, and here's what the rules are going to be. And Elon goes, wait, I don't want any rules. And why are we amending my filing? Just don't put me on the board. And then Twitter has to come out and be like, oh, we never actually, like, it's for the best. We didn't want him on the board. Like, after 2 days ago, we said we love him on the board. Now we don't want him on the board. It's fine. That's what we wanted the whole time. And P.S., no one really talked to him about it. Like, if you read the statement, it's like, we had internal discussions about how great it would be, and we reached out to him to say, oh, it would be great, but no one really ever talked about it.
No.
This is all so he doesn't have to spend $100+ million and field a bevy of lawsuits from every investor who lost money because he didn't file as an activist when he should have, and then lost out on $10 a share. The stock is currently down like 6 or 7% today.
Kathy Wood must be feeling good.
Oh, now it's back up. Oh, don't worry. Now it's back up. It's back up
perfect.
now.
Exactly
it was
what we
like
were
4%
looking for.
down earlier. Now it's back up. But this is brilliant. The answer is A. When everything he tweets ends up being international breaking news, he should just own it.
Agreed. Totally agreed. And I believe that is all we have today. Am I correct, Matt?
That is the greatest short show. Damien, are you taking notes somewhere? Not that you listen to our show, but this is how you make a short and informative show. Emma just produced a short and informative show. I literally just showed up. I
Perfection.
prepared almost nothing.
I would argue.
That's
maybe
Emma
that's
not lurking. I am Matt Muscardi. Damien is, I think he's doing meth under a bridge in Maine somewhere.
No, he actually told me that's what he's doing. I can confirm.
Oh, excellent. We are Free Flow Media. This was Business Pants. This was your nuggets for today. Come back tomorrow when we'll give you more nuggets. We will see you then.